An elephant goes like this and like that. He's terribly big and he's terribly fat. He has no fingers, he has no toes. Oh, goodness gracious, what a nose. Right, so today I want to talk to you about our wild animals. And if you look at my jersey, I'm not a zebra. I didn't borrow it from the zebras. Okay, I just have a stripy jersey on. But the animals that I'm going to tell you about are much bigger than the zebra. Remember, I told you I would tell you about our big five. So these are the big five animals that I want to show you. And I want to explain to you how magnificent, how beautiful they are. And the first one I do want to start with is the elephant. There we go. Is he not beautiful? Okay, he's only a baby, so he's called an elephant calf. And here, very nicely, you can see his trunk. Okay, that's what we call his nose. Now, he is one of our big five animals. And that's why I did the rhyme about the elephant this morning. Okay, to remind us how big he is. As I said, this one's only a baby, so he's got an awful lot of growing to do. But he was so cute, I had to show him to you. One of my favorite pictures. And then we have another animal who's part of our big five. So remember, we've seen the elephants. Aha. And here's another amazingly beautiful animal. Now I want you to have a look at his magnificent horns over there. Okay, that's our buffalo. Right, also a very big animal and with his horns. Okay, so here's our second one. It's the second picture I've shown you. First was the elephant, and now this is the second one of our big five animals. Now, remember I said you look at the buffalo's horns? Here's another one. That's our rhino. Okay, have a good look at the rhino horn too. Right, you can see it's beautiful up there, this big long horn. Okay, and the baby's only got a tiny little horn because his horn is still growing. Okay, now why did I say to you look at the horns? Because both the buffalo and the rhino have these horns to protect themselves. They are plant-eating animals, so they don't go around fighting with the other animals using their horns, but they do use their horns to protect themselves. So like I was saying to you the other day, people hunt for the rhino and they take away his horn. Very unfair, because then the rhino has no way of protecting himself. Okay, so he only eats plants, so he doesn't go out looking for meat, so he doesn't go off killing other animals, but he does have his horn to protect him. And the other one, like I said, you look at the buffalo's horn, he's not carnivorous. He doesn't go out looking for meat and other little animals to eat. What he does is he also eats grass and plants and things, and those horns are also there to protect him. So nobody should be hunting for the rhino for his horns. He's lost all his protection. And so many have been killed for their horns, they're becoming, like we said the other day, extinct. And that'll be like the dinosaurs. Very, very sad. And we don't want that to happen to these beautiful, beautiful animals of ours. Okay, so that is the third picture. Good, I'm glad you remembered that. The next one I want you to have a very good look at, because you're going to do quite a lot of work with this animal. Okay, have a good look. I'm going to even lean forward so you can see his spots beautifully. Okay, that is our leopard. Okay. Now, if you look at the leopard in this picture, he's beautifully camouflaged as well, okay? Look at the color of his skin. Right, he's not bright pink, Otherwise, we would see him straight away. So he blends. It means he goes into his environment beautifully, okay, with the trees around him and the branches around him and the shade that'll come over him. If any other animal is looking to hunt him down, he will be difficult to find. And when the hunters do try and find him, he's not easy to find. So if you go to the game reserve and you are able, or a nature reserve, to see a leopard, you're very lucky, because very often he's difficult to spot, because he often goes up the trees, and especially if he's got food to eat. If he's just killed a little buck or something, he goes up the tree, not because he likes to climb, but then he's very clever to make sure that no other animal comes to take his food from him. If he stayed on the grass, the lions and the other animals might chase him away, but up in the tree, nobody does. Nobody chases him. Okay, but you had a good look at his spots, because in one of the activities you're going to do, you're going to put spots on some leopards as well. Right, so that was our animal number 4. So we don't say animal number 4. That was the 4th picture I showed you. Right. What's the last one I'm going to show you? Because I said there are 5 and I've shown you 4. I'm sure you've guessed it is. It's our lion family, okay. Right, now these are lionesses, okay. That means they're mommy lions, because they haven't got that amazing mane going around them, okay, long hair going around their necks. If they did have, they'd have a mane, and then we would know they were the daddy lion, okay. But these are 2 mommy lions, and they are also part of our big 5. Right, so can you remember what I showed you? The elephant, the buffalo, then I showed you the rhino, then the leopard, and now the lion. So those are our big 5 animals. So why then would it be important to know about these big 5 animals? Because other people in other countries don't have those animals, and they come to South Africa to see them. They have other kinds of animals, but they love coming to see our wild animals. That's not the only reason. The other reason it's important to know is because where do we see these animals? Not only in the game reserve and that, but we see them on our money. Yes, we see them on our money. Right, so this animal here is your elephant, and there, that is your rhino. Okay, so your elephant is on the 20 Rand note, and your rhino is on the 10 Rand note. Okay, now these are not our coins. This is what we call paper money, which you would call paper money, and we call our currency. That's what South Africa uses, and when we use our money, and if we in South Africa we use rands. So when we have things happening at school, I'll tell you need to bring 2 rands or 5 rands or whatever. Now these you know very well, because when you order tuck, this is the one you usually use, okay, because you need a 20 Rand. But if mommy says, oh, today's Friday, you can go to the tuck shop, then very often you use this one, and you have a 10 Rand to go and buy your sweets and things with. Right, but that's only 2 of them. Then we have some others as well. Okay, here's our leopard. Okay, and he's worth quite a lot of money. Okay, he is worth 200 Rand. He's very scarce. Okay, now a leopard is very scarce in the game reserves and in the jungle and in the wild places. So, and I mean, we don't really have jungles. We have game reserves and in the wild. But he is not easily seen. Okay. And if you say to mommy, please show me your 200 Rand, she's also going to say it's scarce. I've used it all for buying food and groceries. So we don't often have 200 Rand because it's quite a lot of money, okay? So mommy's not likely to have a lot of 200 Rands in her purse because she needs to use them. R100 you've seen before when we've had shows at school. Mommy might have sent the blue one in here, our buffalo. And then I've said to you, you've got a lot of change. Or if we've had a show on and you're ordering tuck, you might have brought this one to school. Okay, that's R100. And here's our lion right at the bottom here. Okay, and he's 50 Rand. Okay, also quite a lot of money. But he's our 50 Rand. Right, so now you can see our big five and why it's important that we know our big five, because they own our money. It's important that we know our money too. Okay, so here we have a 50 Rand note, a 100 Rand note, a 200 Rand note. Who's on the 50 Rand note? My lion's on the 50 Rand note, buffalo on my 100 Rand, and here our scarce little leopard on our 200 Rand. And I know you're not going to forget on our 20 Rand here, we have got our elephant, and our 10 Rand, our rhino. So there's our 1, 2. Can we put them up like that? Oh, then you won't see Mrs. Hamilton. 2, 3, 4, 5. So they are now coins. Well, what I need you to do now is you're going to work in your workbook, okay, on this sheet of paper. And what I need you to do on this sheet is that I need you to find all the wild animals, okay? I don't want you to color in the background. I only want you to color in all the wild animals you can see and the creatures you can see. I don't want you to color in the trees. I don't want you to color in the river. I don't want you to color in the grass, and I don't want you to color in the sky, because that's all background. But I want you to look carefully and see how many animals you can find in the picture. If you see little creatures, like I said to you, you can color them in. I really don't mind, but no background. I want to tell you a secret. You didn't see my little friends today. You didn't see Arabella or Sam or Fred. You know why? They knew I was going to talk to you about the wild animals. And I think they were scared and they ran away. Maybe it wasn't that. Maybe they thought I was a zebra in my stripy jersey. Anyway, enjoy, do your animals beautifully, and I can't wait to see how many you find. Bye.